It's the Fresh and Friends podcast, and there's a great show coming right up.
Hello and welcome to the Fresh and Friends podcast. Today I've got Alem4o and Doki from G2 joining me. How are you guys?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm good.
I'm good as well.
Yeah, you're both good.
What a great guest you've got on today.
Yeah, you're both good.
It's the best players in the tournament, right?
The best.
Right?
I didn't realise Shaiko and Leafy
Right?
were here.
Yeah, I mean, he's a Scottish Shaiko, so.
Yeah.
Oh, shut the fuck
Scottish Shaiko, Korean
I mean,
Shaiko.
that's how he calls himself.
No, it's
sometimes.
not. I do not call myself the Scottish Shaiko.
When we are
I don't.
alone in the room, he just asks me sometimes, Cow, am I the Scottish Shaiko?
No.
And I have to say yes all the time.
Of course, you're both good. You topped the SI Group A. 4 wins out of 4, didn't drop a map. For 2 years running now you've done that as G2.
Yeah.
How was that?
I mean, pretty impressive, to be honest. I thought it was going to be hard, the group, because have some good names, right? Liquid, M80, and even the old Beast Coast roster, like, they're all good teams, and I think we just made it look easy.
Yeah, I think we've been putting a lot of work in behind the scenes since we were talking earlier. You said we didn't look so good in the LCQ.
Yeah.
And then I think now we've put a lot of work in. I think, to be honest, a lot of that goes to probably cameraman and Romalio, right? They put a lot of extra work in.
Cameraman's addition in the team is being insane.
How do Romalio and cameraman split the coaching roles? Like what's cameraman's role then, I guess?
Yeah, I think they just share the same role. Like, for example, if they have like to analyze a team for a tournament, they split the maps. So
yeah,
Romalio does half, cameraman does the other half.
I think like one thing maybe that's different in other teams is like the coaching staff. Maybe some of them want to see the light, like the limelight.
Yeah.
One the head coach, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
I think they both just want to win. Cameraman and Romalio, they just want to win. They don't care if they're labelled head coach, assistant coach. They don't care. They just want to win.
Does it help from your point of view that cameraman's been a player as recently as like 6 months ago?
A lot. Like that changes everything. Because like, I mean, every player will identify themselves, but like sometimes you receive like feedback from a coach that's not a player, and like you kind of like think like, oh, that's not.
He's got me like maybe 6 kills this tournament. Just
really?
Things he's told me to do, and 6 kills might not seem a lot.
Yeah.
But that's round
Wins
defending.
rounds. Yeah, that wins rounds.
Like, I'm not kidding. He's got me like 6 kills. Just telling me, Doki, listen, do this. Just do this. You'll get a kill.
I was about to say, do you have an example of that?
I'm not gonna say.
Okay.
But
it was worth trying.
Yeah, but it's stuff that's like I wouldn't do personally before, and I wouldn't do it. It's not my playstyle.
Yeah.
But I've put it into my playstyle and it's worked. Like the thing today, for example, so good.
I don't know what he's talking about. But he said to me during the game, thank you, cameraman, or something like this. But
I saw that in actually the chat, because obviously when we're covering your
games.
games.
Like 3 times.
Yeah.
I think it was something he told specifically to Doki, like privately, because I don't know what they were talking about.
I'm not going to say because I'm going to do it again.
Okay, fair enough. So you did mention actually that I said to you like during the LCQs, especially the closed element of that, you guys had a pretty slow start, you could say. Obviously you lost to Matchco. The game against Fnatic where you'd lost the map 1, you were 4-0 down on Bank.
Yeah.
You'd just been interrogated, Jack, as well.
Oh, really?
They were playing Cav. Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah,
Because my laser sight on Nuke.
Yeah.
I took my laser off after that game. He told me to take my laser off.
You'd just been interrogated. Big comeback. And then you got through the LCQ after that, I think, with relative ease. What were the big changes, I guess? I mean, the obvious one is the IGL change, right?
Mm-hmm, yes.
So do you want to go into detail on the IGL change, why you changed off, and why Uno's got it now?
I mean, first of all, we have to explain, I think, why we started LCQ so poorly. I mean, we took a break before the tournament.
Yeah.
So, because when we made Montreal, we thought we would go through and make the SI with points. But we got knocked so early in the playoffs, like lost with Scars. And we didn't predict that, so we already booked like a trip before the tournament for Finland to visit Uno and ski with the whole team, which right now I realize was a great thing to do because we are way more familiar with each other, like we are way more friends to each other, so that put the whole group together. And that's why we start LCQ so slow, because like we didn't practice Siege.
For like 30 days.
Yeah,
You'd had like a few weeks off, right, at that point?
Literally had 30 days off.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, Carl did, because like, to be honest, the trip wasn't the main thing. We had a big problem with Carl and Lloyd. They had to be in Brazil for 2 weeks before, so practice was completely dog shit for at least a month.
Did you practice with these guys in Brazil?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was like...
But then that's
it was totally pointless, because like we had 300 ping, my PC at home has like 100 FPS, like...
8 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in
yeah,
the morning.
like it was just so... we basically play LCQs, the first weekend of the LCQs with like 30 days off.
Yeah,
and
for most. I mean, I was playing ranked and stuff, obviously. So.
Yeah.
I mean, me personally, I didn't even warm up, because like I came back from Finland, I had the official game next day, so like I was just playing terrible. And then like after 1 week, like we practiced for 1 week, then like we put it back. But like the IGL change was something we spoke in the team after Montreal.
I was about to say, when did this occur? Was this after Montreal?
Yeah,
It was
after Montreal.
actually in the hotel at Montreal.
Yeah, we said we would change.
We sat down at the bar
Yeah.
and we had a big talk saying
Yeah.
like, this needs to change.
Yeah, and like me personally, I never wanted to be IGL. I always told them, like, even after we won a SI, I told the team like I didn't want to be the guy calling because I just don't like it. You know, I don't like to have like the responsibility and like be in the round playing and having to talk. Like that's not my thing. But I made it when we won an SI and it was good. But like, not, and so since then, I told G2, I told the boys, I wanted somebody to call,
Yeah.
and we never got someone until we got Uno in the middle of last year. But he was like a new player in the team. He wasn't like familiar with like the way we play the game because it was very different from how Uno used to play the game.
Yeah.
So it's very hard to pick a player from another team who was IGL, but used to IGL a complete different structure play style, and put him to IGL our play style.
Yeah,
so like
okay.
it's pretty much an impossible task. But then after like maybe 1 year, Uno was in the team until Montreal. So after 1 year, like I was
More
like
comfortable.
yeah, the whole team was like, okay, like maybe
Trust this guy.
yeah, we can trust Uno now. Like he's ready for it.
Yeah.
And I was also fine because I don't care about like
And I also think like maybe to the community and other people wondering like when we say IGL change, it doesn't mean Carl just shuts up and says nothing. Like
Yeah.
it's the opposite, to be honest. It's like he's not forced to say
Yeah.
things. Like Uno now says, okay guys, beginning of the round, guys, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this attack because they're doing this defense, that's how we're gonna play this round. And he says that, and when we go to plant the bomb, he says, okay guys, I need this covered, I need this covered, I'm gonna plant the bomb. It doesn't mean me, Carl, Loira, shut up, Blaz is quiet, but like doesn't mean these guys shut up. Like every round that Carl sees something, Uno, what about this? You wanna try this?
Yeah.
Sure, let's do this. Guys, I see this mid round. Sure, let's do it. It's not as if like Uno's just dictating the team. Like, no, it's not. And I think that's something that's really good. Like from an outside perspective, I don't call so much anymore as I used to. But like seeing that dynamic in the team is so nice because you have one guy who's kind of at the reins, but you have maybe two other people who are like really involved in all the rounds. So I think this tournament as well, you've been making some really good calls. So it's not as if Carl's just not calling anymore.
But you just call as and when you see something, so it's not every round.
yeah, I like even like sometimes when we are preparing for a game, like we do all together. So Romario and camera, they tell us how the enemy is playing, and then like we pretty much like do it together, like how we're gonna approach the game. So pretty much like even some rounds like we already know what we're gonna do. So we just check like on prep phase. Okay, guys, I think we can do that. So like whoever sees on the drone first can say, okay, guys, they're doing that. Let's do that. You know, like so it's pretty much free. But like Uno's been doing a great job, like you know, like saying what it needs to be say. Like I don't know, like you're ROM clearing bank, and you're okay, guys. We have the flanks, like the hatches, open the hatch, blah blah, plant down. Okay, so he's been doing a great job, like talking, and yeah, it's working for us.
It's really opened up our map pool as well. I think that change, because now we can play more structured, probably.
Yeah.
When we need to, not all the time, but when we need to.
Yeah.
I think it's good. Like I think for the first time, maybe, to be honest, the first time in my whole career, I think we have like the best map pool at this tournament. We can play every map at extremely high level. Like it's so nice to have that under your belt, you know. To like whip it out when you need it.
I mean, that's always a sign of a good team, right? Having as big a map pool as possible. Every single team that wins a tournament has a huge map pool, right? Okay, cool. So let's talk about Six Invitational then, your group so far. So you played against M80. Any thoughts on that game? So I'm going to go through every single opponent. But what are your thoughts on M80 and what are your thoughts on that game in particular?
I think, like, I had an interview with Gunnar today for the halftime show, and he said to me before it, like, he thinks if we were to play again now, they could maybe put up more of a fight, but he said, like, the way we played on specific maps were just blown out the park. Like, there's nothing any team could do.
Yeah.
And I agree to that, to be honest. We play so good on our top maps.
Yeah, like, there's some maps that are just too good, and I always think, like, if you need to be, like, superior to the other team, like with the knowledge of the game. So like if you know certain things in Siege that the others don't, you're gonna have the advantage anyway. So then you just need like to not crumble on the pressure. So you need to have like good mentals, and you need to have like good players to perform what is being asked for.
Yeah.
But I think the main thing is like you need to have more knowledge than the others. So I would say just like maybe in our best maps we just know more about the maps than other teams.
Yeah.
Then moving through to Team Joel. Doki, you said earlier you actually thought that was the hardest game of your group.
Nah, he's just joking. But like, I mean, it was just hard because like, I think that there's one thing I've read it like maybe last year. I even was talking to NIP psychologist on SI São Paulo. That's something about like, you know, when you have to reach the flow state to perform the best when you're in the
blue
zone. The zone.
Yeah.
So like, there's something that makes you go out of the zone. So like, you need to be like comfortable enough to play your best. But if you are too comfortable, you became like I don't know the word, but like when you're too comfortable, not cocky, but like
complacent.
Complacent.
Yeah.
So like to be in the zone, to perform your best, you need to be in the middle, and then you can be in the zone.
Yeah.
And then like what happens? And what happens when you are like too comfortable, and things start going wrong? Then like you cannot find the zone anymore.
And in my opinion, that's why I think they are the hardest team.
Yeah, because
we
like
think it's an easy game.
Exactly.
And then when rounds don't go our way, it's no longer an easy game.
Then becomes
it's
like stressful.
All right, G2, wake up, fucking win the game.
Yeah.
And then it's stressful.
It's stressful. Yeah.
So like then we cannot even find the middle anymore, you know?
Because I think it was Des and Tim that cast that game, and they came away. They were like, I can't work out if G2 are trolling or trolling that hard that they're now being a bit shit in the game,
exactly.
but they're managing to win it.
But it's exactly that. It's like when you play against Liquid or an M80, right? You don't respect your opponent, but you're like, okay, these guys are an opponent. They can do good against.
You don't hit that element of complacency.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, we expect them to win rounds and claw back, but when you play a team that you don't expect to win the rounds and claw back, and they actually do that, then you're in your own head being like, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. And it's even go deeper. Like for example, like you think like about like these more like bad teams, like the way like a lot of teams approach these games, like play the safe way because like you think the opponent is bad, so you're gonna play the safest way to not lose the match because it's an easy match, and because then you choose this approach of playing super safe, you start like showing an easy game to the opponent, and the opponent start liking the game, and then because they are enjoying the game because you are giving them a safe siege to play, then they become more comfortable, and then it becomes a harder match.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Maybe it's what happens when BDS is playing PSG, for example.
Yeah.
Like, they lost.
They did lose to them today.
I think it's exactly this.
Yeah, like because BDS is way better than PSG, but like what happens that they always struggle against them. Like it has to be this.
I think it's exactly that. Exactly that.
You then moved on to play Team Liquid. Full Brazilian team, obviously. You'll know them well. You 2-0 them as well. I think that was maybe quite an anticipated game from an external perspective, and from a neutral perspective, like I was expecting this to be a real close game, 3 maps, and you wipe the floor of them. So
I mean, we play them every tournament. We
do?
play Liquid, and the last 2 ones we lost, and it was like horrible losses both times. It wasn't like a nice game to lose. It was like one I was 8-7.
I mean, but it was like games that we were in control.
Yeah, and we lost. Yeah.
Maybe much. Yeah. I remember now. Like we were in control both games, and we lost both games to Liquid.
It was
like,
so annoying.
If you go all the way to Manchester, like we were on the overtime match point on the third map. Was Labs? Was third map or the second map? Third map.
Third map. Yep. Third map.
Okay, Labs was like the third map.
Lighthaven.
It was 7-7 overtime match point.
Yeah.
I called for us to the triple shield rush
I
on
remember,
top floor.
yeah.
It was a 5v3 for us. Like super aggressive strategy like last round. Like I was playing Blitz and Jake was behind me on electric. We were pushing side. And then like I was running in front of Jake and Paulo was running in front of me and Jake couldn't kill him because I was in front of him. So then like Jake didn't shoot. Paulo sees Jake, Paulo kills Jake, and then Benji on the other side in Aqua push in, gets flanked. So like that game we should have won in my opinion. Like so many rounds on labs we trolled. Like 5v3 basement already.
Couple of 1v1s as well.
And then the last one in Montreal was also a game like it was in our favor. Even Chalet is like Liquid's best map. Like
we were losing like a 1v2 and a 1v1.
Yeah, like we lost so many advantages. Yeah.
Like we were left in like I think 3 1v1s and enemy had Deimos was like so hard to win.
Yeah.
It was like not unlucky but like poorly played.
I mean, we got all the entries in the game, I'm pretty sure. Like, I was 7-0 on entries. They were also positive on entries. Like I think we got all the entries in every round.
And you still lost.
And we lost the map. So like
Jesus.
So I think this time that we won, it was not only obviously a great result for the team, but like for me and Uno specifically was a big win.
Yeah, especially for me because like they are like my rivals. I always hate to lose against them. Like when we lost against them on Montreal, I was head lost for the next game because I was so pissed that we lost to them. Yeah. So like it was so good to beat them in this tournament.
Yeah. I think when we beat M80, I wasn't surprised.
Yeah.
They were, in my opinion, shit. But after we beat Liquid, who are also kind of shit, but not as shit. I was more confident. I was like, okay, we can top the group now.
Yeah.
You know, we can maybe go far. So Yeah.
So they're moving
Confidence
through.
in it.
Yeah, absolutely. So they're moving through. Unwanted played them today, beat them today. It was a game that ultimately didn't matter. You was already first place.
And they were also already
they were already
3.
third place
Yeah.
by the time that you
So
played.
the thing is, against them, I think both teams are trying to win that game today. I think both teams are going to.
Was you going in with a view just to ask that?
Yeah, absolutely.
To win
fully
it?
prepped everything for them. Like.
Still fully prepped it.
Of course.
Didn't hide any maps or anything like that?
No, I wouldn't say so. We just wanted to win.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So yeah, I think they also kind of had the same mentality. I think they were wanting to win. Yeah, they weren't as good as I thought they would be.
Yeah, I
think
thought they were going to be the
results
hardest.
against.
I thought they were going to be the hardest game.
Yeah, but in the server, I think the players that were maybe popping off in the previous games they played weren't so much.
Yeah.
Or maybe they had more of a challenge against like us, so wasn't too difficult to be honest. Like we rolled them in border. We completely rolled them in border, and bank was always in our control. So
And maybe their play style as well, like doesn't match against us, because maybe they are also like they rely too much like on maybe like individual skill to win like some fights, some attacks, and then like they match like our roster, which is like 5 really good individual players, and then it's just hard.
Also, who have a lot of triggers and stuff to play. Yeah.
I think Gavin's really important for them, right?
Yeah,
if he's playing well, then
he's so good.
I'll put him on my top 5 NA players.
Really?
When he got dropped from Dark Zero, I was so confused.
Yeah.
Last what was it?
Was Atlanta.
Atlanta Major, yeah.
We were playing Oregon against them. By the way, me and Jack both dropped a 19 bomb.
Don't mind if I did.
But we were playing against Gavin, and he had a crazy round with Valkyrie on meeting bomb site. They were defending meeting bomb site, DZ, against us. And Gavin got a double kill. He killed somebody, and then he just like flick shot one tap someone.
Yeah, he's so good.
It was so good. And since that moment, I started paying attention to him. And like in my opinion, he's like top 5 best players in NA.
Yeah, for sure. He's really good.
Fair enough. So you get through. You've topped your group now. You're going into the playoffs. You're one game from main stage, which I suppose at some point during 2024 didn't seem that believable that you would be in this place, right? Like you guys have had a pretty rough 2024. Should we get into that? Because like you qualified to both majors through the LCQs.
Yep.
And obviously Manchester did not go well.
Yep.
With the teams that you lost to and eliminated to. And then at the same time, Montreal also did not go well.
Yep. I think regarding the LCQs, I was talking to Carl about this a couple of days ago, and I know. I said, like, okay, in Europe, you have 4 good teams. In my opinion, you have 4 good teams. VP, BDS, Secret, G2.
Yeah.
In no particular order. 3 of them will qualify for the major, every major.
Yeah.
Like, boom, they'll qualify.
And the 4th will always win the LCQ.
The 4th will always win the LCQ. In my opinion, if VP, BDS, or Secret were in the LCQ, they would all won it, whoever it was.
Yeah.
So you don't put...
Twice in a row we've been in the LCQ.
And won it. Yeah.
And won it.
Easy.
We won it easy. It does feel
it's
inevitable.
Not hard. Yeah.
It does
it's
feel
like,
inevitable.
It's not hard. Especially with like this LCQ, like Wolves, who were our biggest rivals, I'd say, outside of that top 3.
Yeah.
Just completely shit the bed.
Yeah.
So it's like...
I don't know how Wolves did, because
what do you expect? You expect Fnatic or Ents to be here? I don't. Like...
Yeah, I mean, Wolves was very good at some point. Like, I was just to joke, not even joke, but I actually mean it when I used to say that they were so good back then, and they were the only team that beat us when we won SI in 2020.
Yes, they were. I remember that
and
game,
they were the only team who beat Furia when they were in W7M.
Yeah.
They were the only team who beat W7M last year
That's
when they
had
won SI.
Bibu and Shenka in the team.
So like they were like definitely a good team, because they were always the only team to beat the best teams.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I don't know what happened to them, but like even last year when we lost to them on the EWC quals.
I think regarding Wolves, they had they had the same problem that I think maybe Secret are going through right now. I think they were maybe overperforming and thought they need to push it more. And then they've made these roster changes to achieve that next step, and it's actually went backwards.
Yeah.
Because I think Bibu and Shenka for them were so big.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I also think so.
Yeah, I wouldn't have made those changes if I was them.
Yeah.
But
you know, I mean, it's the same as us, right? We swapped Benji and Jake for Laura and Blaz. First of all, maybe
brothers.
Didn't look so good. So
yeah, everybody was hating on us.
I mean,
I love our team now. So.
Everybody was hating on those changes. Do you want to get into them changes? Why you felt? I mean, after Manchester Major, it felt like, as an external perspective for me, that something had to happen, because G2, you know, that result was obviously not acceptable from the collective that you guys had. So something needed to change, but obviously it was Benja and Jake that were the ones ultimately that got cut from that team.
I mean, I think it was more about like interpersonal problems inside the team, or like the whole team as like a whole about like how dealing with important matches. So like for example, like in big games or like even in regular games, like on UL or like games that don't matter too much, like sometimes we would start losing the match or like start losing some rounds. We knew it was impossible to come back in the match. It was so hard for that old lineup from us to come back in the match because as soon as we start losing, the mood would go down and nobody would say anything, and it was all 5 of us like in such a bad mental. And then like we start like stressing with each other, like we start maybe thinking someone is the problem, some other player is the problem. We start like talking behind people's back, you know, and that's what happened with the team. But the team was good. Like before the major in Manchester, we were practicing. We did the boot camp. We did boot camp, and I remember specifically practicing as Biscos because they won the major afterwards.
Yeah,
we destroyed them. We were beating Biscos in scrims 11-1, 10-2 on all the maps. We got destroyed by them one map. It was very funny because they beat us on labs like 11-1 and 10-2, and it was the first map of the scrim. And we were like, and Gunnar dropped like 26 kills. And we were like, bro, what? These guys are gonna win the major. And then like the next like 5-6 maps of the scrim, we beat them 11-1, 10-2 every map. So like,
it's funny how your brain remembers
so like,
these things.
we were a good roster. But then like we were just like stressed with ourselves so much, and I think something had to change. Not because like players were bad or because the team was bad, just because like I don't know.
Yeah, I think you said it good, Fresh. To be honest, like I think we just needed a change.
Yeah.
And we didn't know what that was, so we went for a kind of different direction. I think like Jake and Benja, especially in the server, are both pretty quiet people, like quiet players, which is fine. That's how people are. Blaz is the same. He's pretty quiet. But like Lloyda, for example, he's really smart. He talks like non-stop. He's so involved in everything we do.
Yeah.
So I think that was a big improvement for us. It's always good to have that in your team, and like someone who's just extra involved. So yeah, like it wasn't anything to do with Jacob Benja. Like Benja's one of the best players in the world.
You're still out here supporting those guys. Like one of the first things you said to me today is, "I want Secret to win. I want Jake to go through."
I keep looking at my thing here, and I think Secret need to win this game to not be grouped, right?
Oh shit! Yeah, they do.
And they're going. It's Kaga going to win this map. Yeah.
Holy shit!
Oh my god.
No.
Live reactions. Let's go.
Secret need to 2-0.
Secret needs a 2-0. Yes.
Yeah, they need to.
So they have to win this map.
So they have to win this round.
That's crazy, man.
Otherwise they're grouped. Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's a shame. Which is that's a group of death as well. So like I think for example like for Jake specifically, like I think he puts a lot of effort into the game. So
yeah.
So
after you've removed those two players, you pick up Loira and Blaz, which I think again from an external perspective, the Loira kind of in a way fits the ethos of G2, another Brazilian import alongside you Carl. A lot of talent, you will have known him from Brazil, and was very promising. But Blaz was one that was maybe a little bit out of left field because I suppose had been over in NA, had played in MENA, but I don't think many people, if I'm being blunt, considered him a level of a G2 player.
Blaz gets a lot of hate.
Yeah.
Especially from other players and like Super and stuff on the Rebellion team.
Yeah.
He shit talks Blaz like so bad.
Yeah.
Like on Twitter and stuff. I see that like Uno gets a lot of hate, Blaz gets a lot of hate. But I think this whole tournament, Blaz has shut everybody up.
He's played so well.
Like lights out, insane. And like we even said to Blaz, we had the boot camp here, and we had the big team meeting at the kind of end of the boot camp. And me specifically, I was given good points and bad points to everybody to work on and stuff because it's just kind of team thing we do.
Yeah.
And we all said to Blaz like 3 months ago, you were you weren't playing bad, but you weren't playing great, and you were misunderstanding some things. And like the Blaz now, compared to then, is a completely different guy.
Yeah.
You're playing so fucking good. You're understanding all the theory. You're even giving suggestions. You're like playing everything like perfectly. Okay, people have their slip ups here and there. Everybody does, but like he's just playing so good. And it's like we even have a joke like ever since Cameraman joined the team, he said like he's never seen Blaz miss a shot. Like
really?
Never. And I believe it. He's been playing insane for like 2 or 3 months now.
I mean, I think like if you see like all the screens from us playing, like Blaz has the most like flashy aim, like the best mechanics. But I would not say this is what he improved from the past. I would say just like the way he's involved now, like on theory and understanding like how we want to play, how we want to approach the game. And I don't know if maybe it was like a language barrier for him at the beginning.
Grouped.
Yeah, Kag got the map. Secret
that's
have been
sad.
grouped.
That's sad.
I think Jake was. I think he literally was in tears just then.
No way.
I don't even know if they're going to show them.
They're gonna show them. Oh my god. Poor Jakey boy.
Yeah, man, that's actually sad.
Yeah. Because Europe's been so strong at this event as well, other than obviously Secret having a tough time.
We practiced them before the event. They are a really good
Yeah.
team. Like, ah man, poor Jake, bro.
That's really rough.
Fuck's sake. It's not good to see when you're friends.
Yeah.
with
No,
us.
yeah, like you said, it's
Yeah.
an old teammate, but you're still friends with him, and
Nah, he's one of our best friends.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going every day at the bar with him, like downstairs. So
yeah,
I'm gonna lose my mate here in the tournament, I guess.
yeah, because they fly him out pretty quickly now, don't
Yeah.
they? It's not like the old days. Yeah. So you were saying about Blaz as well.
Yeah, I was saying like, I mean, at the beginning maybe it was like the language barrier.
Yeah.
That maybe he didn't understand us very well, like our
Yeah.
English, because I don't know, like he's French, his English is very different, like his accent and stuff. So we also didn't understand him sometimes at the beginning.
Yeah.
So it was very weird at the beginning, like the communication part was a mess. But I think after a couple months, and especially after our trip we did on the New Year's to
Yeah.
Finland, we became way more close to Blaz. Like
Yeah.
I would say, like now I'm a really friend of Blaz, and before I wasn't. I was just like his coworker.
Yeah.
So now I'm a big friend of Blaz.
Yeah.
And a fan as well. And I mean, the way he's being involved in theory, like, it's crazy because it's a completely different team we had in the past. Because I don't know about Jake and Benja, but like they weren't so involved. Like they would pay attention, maybe like not 100% of the time, but like the inputs Blaz give us, or like the inputs, like I don't know. He's just like a completely different player.
I mean,
like,
Benji was pretty involved. He does have his ideas.
yeah, but like it was pretty quiet though.
Yeah.
Like I think like Blaz is still like Blaz and Loira, like both of them like completes the roster so much. Like we have ideas coming from all different sides, and I don't know. I think it's pretty good.
And then just on Loira, because he moved to live with you, right, in Serbia?
Yeah.
Benja.
No, Loira.
Ah, Loira, yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Benja also.
Benji tried.
Benja tried.
Benja lived in Serbia for one day,
we can
right?
talk about this later.
Yeah,
he tried.
yeah. He moved to Serbia and then moved out
He
within
moved
a day.
Benja came to Serbia by car
Yeah.
from Denmark. He made his dad drive
It's
his car.
Klaus. Oh, Klaus.
Klaus. From
No,
Denmark
Klaus.
to Serbia. And then like we had practice that day, and he asked us, guys, I'm bringing my PC. I can stop in some Airbnb and practice in the middle of the highway. And we were like, no, Benja, just come to Serbia. We don't have to practice this day. Because he wanted to practice in the middle of the highway, bro. In some hotel.
yeah.
And then like he came to Serbia, and then like we were practicing the next day, him from Serbia. And then we were in the middle of the screen, and he says, okay guys, wait, be right back. And then he leaves his PC. He comes back like 20 minutes later, and he was like, guys, I have to leave. Some man is asking for money here at my door, and I have to leave. And that's it. And okay, we finish the screen right there. Then he texts us in the night, guys, I'm not moving to Serbia, I'm going back to Denmark. Some gang is trying to get money from me, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, it was
But
crazy.
then, I think my manager explained to me what happened. Like, his landlord was just asking for the rent money.
Oh, really?
But Benja was just like scared, I think, of the landlord. So I don't know what happened, but like,
Need to get Benji on the podcast.
yeah,
next.
you need to
Yeah,
get
yeah,
Benja
yeah, I
to
will.
explain
To
this
Tell the
bro.
bad stories about cars.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
but like that was it. But I understand Benja, like he was 19 back then, I think. 19, right? When back then he was 19. And he never lived alone, he used to live with his parents, so I completely understand it's very hard for you to move countries
Different language
to live alone
potentially
in
and
Serbia.
stuff,
Like
yeah.
it's very hard, like
So Loira has moved to Serbia with
Yes.
you. He lives with you now still?
yes,
Yeah. On
his
but
couch.
but he's about to move.
Okay.
But he lived with me since August, so 6 months.
That must have been nice.
Yeah, it was nice. It was a nice time together, and yeah, we had our moments. But I can say his diet is very bad.
Oh, really?
He eats McDonald's every meal, like lunch and dinner,
Jesus.
and the whole place is a mess. So yeah, he's moving out pretty soon.
You're looking forward to him moving out?
Yeah,
We don't know
Um,
where he's going yet. He's thinking about moving to
Italy.
different countries in Europe because
Yeah,
he's
he's
also
thinking
an
about moving.
Italian citizen.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know where he's gonna end up.
Fair enough. How's he settled into the team then?
Very good, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah, Laura since the beginning, like as Jack said, like he's very smart and very vocal. So he always like bring his ideas, even like from what they were doing back in Black Dragons in Brazil, like. Because it's always good to combine like ideas from other teams as well, because every team has like their own like knowledge of the game. So yeah, we always listen to him. Like very smart guy.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, he's really, just to add on that, he's really smart. Like I think in the Brazil league, he was a top performer of the whole league.
Yeah.
So everyone thinks he's just some brain dead fragger kind of thing, but he's actually insanely fucking smart.
He's so smart.
He's like on the same levels as you, smart.
Yeah, a little bit lower, but okay.
Yeah, just a bit lower, but he knows a lot about the game, which is surprising. He hasn't played for so long.
He started playing like a professional Siege like last year.
Yeah, he came out.
But like
he's only been playing the game for like what, maybe
3 years? I think maybe he's been playing the game like for 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, but compared to me, for example,
but like
half the time
he started to practice, for example, like with like his team, like amateur team maybe, like or like FPL for example, like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So he's been playing like competitive Siege for 2 years.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And he knows so much about the game. It's crazy. Like it's insane.
Yeah. So just to add on that, he's really smart. He's always, it's the same as Carl. Like they have these now that Uno's IGL, as I said, they have these mid-round ideas. Like guys, stop what you're doing. We're going to do this instead. It's better. Yeah. And we trust them. Like I trust everyone in the team. It's so nice to see. I think I used to do that a lot. Yeah. And that's something I've kind of took maybe a bit step back on.
Yeah. I mean, now there's like smarter players that can do better than Jack. So yeah.
Does that benefit your game then? Because obviously.
Well, I think so, because I think like a problem with me was I was thinking too much. And Romario always jokes. He always says like, "Shut up, Jack. Let the adults do their job," and all that stuff. Even though I'm like second oldest in the team, by the way. But yeah, like he always says that, which is true. Like I think I'm better at just focusing on my.
Yeah, both myself. Like when you give your inputs, always help us. Like Doki's very smart. Like back when we won a side.
I still do a lot of strats.
Yeah,
the Doki Firulas.
The Doki Firulas.
We call them Doki
on every
Firulas.
map we have at least one strat that is called Doki Firula.
Which means in Brazilian, like it's like a Portuguese, it means like Doki's shit or...
No, like Firula is
Doki's
like...
mess.
Do you know like in football, it's a term in football, you know like when a player is doing like skill moves? Yeah. They're like, are not like necessary to win the match, like some just Firulas.
Showing off.
Oh,
okay, showing off, you know, like... So like we pick up this word and we bring to the team, and now we say Firula for everything.
So there's a Doki Firula on every map
so
that I create.
Doki show off strat.
Romario comes to me and he's like, "Doki, I don't know how to win this bomb site." He said like twice already, and he's like, "Doki, I need you to Firula," and I do a little Firula, and it works, and it's usually good.
Yeah, or like for example, like when we can win a round by doing something simple.
By little Firula.
But we try to do something extra. We are Firuling.
We're
Firuling. Just this, you know.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Nice. So everything seems to be going really well within the team. You know, the way you two guys are talking about it. How far do you think you can go?
I mean, we've went all the way before, so.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say we can do it again, but like, I think we're playing really good. I think there's no team at this tournament who's on paper or statistically better than us. So, however, you know, teams have bad days. So, but I think the thing is now we're really putting in a lot of work. All 7 of us. So, I think if we can keep that up, then every game that we may have lost in the past, we can maybe win now. Yeah. So I think, like you said, we had a shit year, and we did. But like last year, Atlanta top 4, SI top 4. The only team we lost to was W7M. Yeah. I think that hurdle is a lot easier now to come over. Yeah. So I think we're back at that level that we were last year. Yeah. I'm not going to say we can win the tournament. Like. Yeah. I'm just going to play every game until we stop playing. Yeah. But I think we definitely have the means to go further than before.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And who do you think would be in that path? Who do you think is the hardest opposition from what you've seen across the tournament so far?
I think his FaZe. Always FaZe.
I don't think so.
What do you think makes them so good?
Their consistency. Like they have 5 good players and a good knowledge of the game. Mm-hmm. So like.
They don't Firula.
Yeah, they don't Firula.
They don't Firula.
They do the basics.
They're very professional.
They do the basics.
They're the Brazilian VP.
Yeah, they don't troll. They do the basics. Pretty much also always the same thing. And yeah, they're exceptional. So yeah.
I think Shopify are pretty good this tournament.
Yeah, but
they were good last tournament. Yeah.
So like.
Yeah, true.
Like they were looking good until they play FaZe and Furia, and then like it's just like okay.
What do you think makes Shopify good then?
think they have 5 good players. Well,
Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
Canadian's like not so good individually, but he's a great IGL, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say like I feel like more comfortable in the playing in the server against FaZe than playing against Shopify.
Yeah.
Same with Furia as well. Like the pressure maybe like Furia players or like Shopify players put in the game, you feel more pressure as a player playing the game because like you have to be more aware of something than FaZe. Like FaZe like will let you play your game. You just have to beat them strategically.
You just have to be better than them.
But they don't put too much pressure in the game. Like it's very comfortable to like go into the map against FaZe, you know.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I just think I think we're gonna play one, if not all, of those teams.
Probably like all of them.
Yeah, so like I don't think it's gonna be like a unstoppable object that we can't go over, but like I think it'll be a good game. I'm looking for it. And definitely the hardest game in the tournament.
I'm confident we can beat them this tournament.
Yeah, of course.
Like we practiced them on the bootcamp as well. Like we are familiar with their game, so yeah.
Yeah.
Nice, fair enough. That's where we'll end the podcast. Thank you both for.
I need another beer.
I know, we need to go down and get a beer. Thank you both for giving me your time, first and foremost. Obviously, congratulations on the group stage and good luck for the games in the next few days as well.
Nothing to celebrate. Nothing to celebrate.
Is there anything else that I know Milos asks you this all the time on the bloody EUL interviews. Is there anything you'd like to say to the fans, the haters, anybody else in between?
Should I say like the classic buy G2 skin?
You can do if you want.
I mean, that's what I always answer Milos. So.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
Actually, on that, before we end it, how much do the support and the haters fuel you guys?
I literally thought you were going to say how much money do you make.
No.
That's literally what I thought you were going to say.
Get your wallet out right now.
I mean, we're in a penthouse right now.
Yeah,
so.
we're in a penthouse. Like.
We're in Jack's room right now.
We're in Jack's room.
Yeah, I think I love the haters. I already prepared a speech for your side, so yeah.
Oh,
haters.
So we've definitely lost.
Just need to win SI to see what this speech is right now.
Yeah, true.
Does it affect you though? Like the amount of, because I know that like, I don't know, fucking Ent can make a roster change and maybe in France there'll be a little bit of a ripple. G2 make a roster change, everybody's got an opinion on it.
Nah.
No, it doesn't get
don't
into
care.
us, I think.
No,
yeah.
just
We shit talk ourselves and everybody more than anybody could ever.
Yeah, that's
shit
true.
talk
That's
us.
true.
I don't
There's
care.
not a single hater that trash talk Jack more than me. Like, it's impossible.
Yeah,
It's impossible.
I don't care. So it's like whatever. Sometimes you see games like, oh, you're playing so bad, kicked, okay, like fuck off.
Fair enough. Okay, well, if there is anything that you do want to say to the haters, to the fans, to tell people to buy the skin,
Nothing
now
to
is
say.
your platform,
Nothing
and then
to
we'll
say.
end this out.
I love the fans though, and the haters. I love everyone.
Nothing to say to you guys, fans or haters.
Nothing. Okay, cool. We'll end it there. So yeah, thank you to you guys for giving me your time as well, and thank you for you guys at home for watching the podcast. There'll be more to come, so stay tuned.
Thanks, guys.